They might want to get their abacuses out because, as we noted, you didn't finish 4-0.
No.
You finished 3-1.
That's what they're saying.
No, they're right, and you know they're right. So
that's what we're saying.
You're still in first place at 3-1, and the rest of us are 2-2. Now also joined by the aforementioned Carl Gerbschmidt, not to mention Dan from Woodbury.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can we get Saul Lefkowitz to do it too?
Well, you know what? We
haven't heard him forever.
We might be able to, although how many phone lines do we want? In all seriousness,
I mean,
it's going to get. It was hard enough last week. You were distracted. You were talking to people on a golf course.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Maybe we should just keep it this way and see how it goes.
We're paring down the picks, so we're going to have 3 games this week, and one of them for the second consecutive week will be a college game. This might be the last one we do.
What was that?
We're going to do 3 games. One of them is going to be the Vikings.
Why?
Well,
okay, I understand why. That's fine. I understand.
One of them will be the Gophers hosting Cal.
I don't understand.
That's a big ball game. We're undefeated. It's a battle of undefeated.
Why? You guys are just in that back pocket. You're just like everything you want to do is all this inside golf stuff. All you want to do is kiss their rear end.
Yeah,
it's a terrible team. They are terrible, and nobody cares about them.
The third game then will be the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. That'll be the third.
What's the Packer game?
The Packer game, Carl, will not be.
Why are we not doing the Green Bay Packers? That's the one game everybody's fascinated with.
Guardsy did not pick him. It's a stupid game. It's a stupid game. Nobody cares. You know what, though?
Is it too late to call Gary back?
Out of respect to you, I'll throw this out as an option.
Yeah.
See what you think of this. This email, and I'm not making it up, just came in.
Yeah.
Emailer Dawn writes.
Dawn with a W or an O-N?
D-A-W-N, Dawn.
So it's a girl.
And it's subject Gerby.
Yeah.
I'm a very attractive, in-shape cougar who is convinced that the Vikings are going to beat the Pack for the division that I'm so convinced that I'm willing to bet Gerby a dinner date that the Purple win the division. If I win, he has to pay me $1,000. Believe me, it's a fair bet. So writes Dawn.
Well, Donna has priced herself at $1,000?
Well, that's what it sounds like a little bit, yeah.
Wow, Donna, we know what business you're in.
I don't think she means it that way, Carl.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
I would not put a price on my affections, Dan. Oh. And besides, I'm very happily married, and I have a wonderful daughter who's is playing football tonight, and she's back in the swing. Oh. And this is an exciting time of year. So.
Well, you're going to have to live without a Packer game. By the way, have you the month, or the year almost, 11 months that you were forced to live in the Twin Cities metropolitan area? Did you ever?
I was forced. I did not do it voluntarily.
Did you ever listen to Dan from Woodbury?
Yeah, he's not very funny.
Well,
no, I think I told you that last week.
You did.
He thinks he's very funny. I wish he would talk sports a little more on his show. You know, he doesn't want to talk about sports.
I wish I had a filter. Did you say I don't talk about sports?
And it's the same show every day. I mean, it's like the same thing every day in, day out. He's always talking about his kid, his golf game or something. You know, maybe if you were freshen it up some or something like that, you know, maybe you talk some sports. Then maybe it would be a good show, but I don't hold out a lot of hope. Minnesota's a terrible place to live.
Are you following me on Twitter?
I am on Twitter, yes.
Yeah, are you following the Common Man on Twitter? Yeah,
actually, I'm following a lot of people from your radio station so that I can be a good contributor during this segment because I'm obliged to be.
What, Carl? Give us a sense of what sports talk radio is like in Wisconsin.
Well, first of all, there isn't really any good ones until you get to like Milwaukee or Madison, and then Madison's not as real good because there's a lot of Badger talk on that. But in Milwaukee, it's pretty good. There's a lot of
pretty honest
stuff.
Pretty honest, and
it's straight up. There's a guy named Steve True.
Yeah,
he's Steve the Home of True, and he's really a good host. He's right. He kind of calls it down the middle.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you right now that you know, sports talk in Minnesota. What's the point? I mean, it's like are you a masochist or something? You know, loser is how you guys are.
Or being branded is also being very negative lately.
Well, you are. You're very negative. But, you know, if I lived there, I guess I'd be negative, too. I mean, if there was really no point in waking up in the morning, like for most people in Minnesota, I would feel bad, too.
Dan from Woodbury, let's start with you on the aforementioned New England Patriots at the New York Jets. Patriots at Jets. The Patriots are favored by 3.5 on the road over the upstart Jets.
Now, you're saying there's a lot of trash talking going on by the Jets, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, I think that will backfire. And trash talking aside, I thought finally maybe we were seeing the beginning of the middle of the end of Tom Brady and Belichick and all this, and then you saw what happened. I mean, when they got to score points, they got to score points. They just say, the heck with it, let's throw the ball, let's get it back, let's force fumbles, blah, blah, blah. Granted, the Buffalo guy was kind of a clown to let him back into it by fighting to the bitter end, trying to get an extra yard. But I just can't doubt New England anymore, and I won't. I won't pick against them until they lose, so I don't care what the spread is. They'll beat it, and I'll take New England.
Carl?
It kind of frightens me that I kind of agree with him. I think it's really dangerous to try to pretend that you're going to be good in front of Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is the second best coach in this league. And well, he is very good. Why are you laughing?
Second best, huh?
Yeah, he's the second best coach in this league.
Who's the best, Lombardi?
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, okay. Why?
Well, yeah.
Why do you even ask that question?
He might be the second. He might be the second best coach, but he's the 32nd worst dressed. He's got.
I think he's okay. I think he looks fine. Well, he looks fine. Okay, he's fine. He's better than that idiot you have.
What's wrong with Brad Childress' beard?
Well, nothing. If you're like a dictator from a South American country or something, if you're auditioning
that's
for
not very nice.
Dickens novel or something, it's fine if you want to be that. So, but here's the deal. I just think it's really not a very bright idea. Last time I checked, that's a rookie quarterback, and it's fine and dandy. Maybe you get lucky once, but I think I think he'll be lucky if he lives through the game. So, if I would say that New England will easily cover 3.5 points.
The Jets will not only cover; they will win the game. You're going to see.
You're out of your mind.
Do you know who might not finish that game? Tom Brady.
Oh, right.
Brady might not finish that game. They're going to come at him from angle A, B, C through Z, and I think this.
New York Jets.
I think that the upset special. Call me a cynic, but
by the way, I just want to point out the New York Jets and Brett.
The only way the Jets win that game is if they've got walkthrough tape of New England.
Well, you can't rule.
The Jets have been punished for cheating with Brett Favre. That's all I know, and then so they don't deserve anything this week.
You're obsessed, aren't you?
No.
You're obsessed with. Are there any conspiracies that don't involve your team?
Oh, of course there are. There's a drug scandal that your team is involved with.
What are you talking? What scandal?
People are beating the law.
What drug scandal?
There's a drug scandal.
We got no drugs. We got no drug scandal.
Yeah, there's drug scandal because you're two big fat defensive tackles are on drugs, and nobody seems to care. That's a great example for the children of Minnesota. Hey, Minnesota kids, go ahead and take drugs. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Oh my God! It is funny because how you get so worked up.
As yours was, I guess I would take drugs too. I don't. I'm clean.
Guardsy?
Rex Ryan, the voicemail that he left is being piped through Gillette Stadium in Foxborough all week long. I heard Bill Belichick actually sent the voicemail to all the Patriot players, and the Patriot players will massively cover this spread.
Won't even be close, you're saying?
Nope.
Oh, I'm out on a limb, but I kind of like my limb. Let's go next to the Lions and Vikings. The Lions are, I believe, 9.5-point underdogs.
Yeah.
That's the current number. 9.5-point underdogs to your Vikings. Game not at Silverdome anymore, not Pontiac, but downtown Detroit. We start with Carl.
Here's the deal. It's you can't say that something's going to happen forever because you really can't because it's just never going to happen forever. So I don't think they're going to keep losing forever. And you might as well win a game now. What the hell? I mean, you might as well win this one. And if you don't win, 9.5 is too many points. So I think that's going to happen is the Lions will cover 9.5 points, and then the Vikings will no longer be in first place. That's what I think.
You think they're going to cover?
And they might win.
I'm going to give you another chance.
Outright. They might win outright. So I will take the Lions plus the point.
Horse shit in my life.
Sorry.
That's what your team is, okay? That's what your team is. I would like the Vikings to win, but I would not.